From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSB TV and the Standard Speaker.
It was a dangerous weekend on local roadways. In one accident alone, 3 people from Schuylkill County, including 2 teens and a 23-year-old, lost their lives in a violent wreck near Pottsville. The details of this tragedy are ahead tonight on News 13. But first, police are again searching for a man who was finishing out his prison sentence at a Hazleton halfway house and decided to run and never return. Good evening and thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Troopers and local police are on the hunt tonight for a man who absconded from a Hazleton halfway house. The man, who is finishing out his prison term at the downtown Hazleton facility, escaped out of an alarmed door early Sunday morning of MnSec. Troopers tell us 38-year-old Alfonso Quinones stands 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighs 220 pounds, has brown hair, brown eyes, and multiple tattoos. He is originally from Brooklyn, New York, but also has some ties to Scranton. Quinones, who had been at MnSec since this past October, was found missing after an alarm on an emergency exit door was activated Sunday morning around 8:30. Troopers tell us Quinones was on pre-release assignment at MnSec after pleading guilty in 2009 to felony drug charges out of Monroe County. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact Troopers 459-3890. Grief counselors were on hand at the Pottsville High School today to help friends of a 16-year-old cope with her death. The teen, 16-year-old Cassie Snyder, was one of 3 people killed Saturday when their car crashed through a billboard in Schuylkill County. The accident happened on Route 61, about a mile south of Mall Road in Blythe Township. 16-year-old Sean Centelgay of Friedensburg was driving too fast for the wet conditions, according to police, when he lost control around a curve. This is the car he was driving when that accident happened. The car left the road, struck a metal guardrail, went airborne, and crashed through a billboard. Police tell us the car remained in the air until it struck a tree and then came to rest. 23-year-old Jason Engelman of Pottsville was also killed, along with Pottsville High School junior Cassie Snyder, who is also from Pottsville. Another 16-year-old passenger was hurt but is expected to recover from her injuries. Police say no one in the vehicle was wearing a seatbelt. We're told the driver and the 2 girls all worked at Burger King and just completed their shift, and they were on their way home. A 28-year-old Weston man also died over the weekend when his pickup truck struck 2 trees and rolled down an embankment near the Nuremberg bypass. News 13 was told John Lupchko was headed east when his 1997 Dodge Ram pickup went off the road, hit a tree, traveled 18 feet before striking another tree, rolling down an embankment and ending up on its roof. Lupchko was pronounced dead at the scene. News 13 has learned that this accident happened sometime overnight into Saturday, but was not actually discovered until Saturday morning. It was an incident of road rage as a Weatherly man caused a dangerous situation Friday morning on a Hazleton City street. Police tell us 60-year-old Mark Kunkel was behind the wheel in the area of Church and 15th Streets when he cut off another vehicle, sending it into the sidewalk. Kunkel then stopped his vehicle and began screaming at that other driver, cursing and even threatening to hit the other driver. Kunkel was slapped with some citations for disorderly conduct and harassment. He'll have 10 days from Friday to respond to a judge. A flat-screen television, cable box, laptop, and cash all missing from a home in Hazleton after someone broke into the house in the 900 block of North Locust Street. City police tell us that the break-in happened sometime overnight May 31st into June 1st. Police did not say how the burglar got into the home. If you know anything about this Hazleton City break-in, dial 911. 2 shootings in the same area just hours apart in the city of Hazleton. The first happened on Saturday night in the area of 4th and Wyoming Streets. Several shots were fired by someone riding an ATV. No one was hurt, and the bullets did not hit anything. However, just a few hours later, just after midnight on June 3rd, more shots rang out in the same spot. 4th and Wyoming Streets. This time, police found several shell casings and a vehicle that was hit by the shots several times. Again, no one was hurt in this shooting. Police ask if you know anything about either of the incidents to dial 911 immediately. Make sure you stay with us tonight. Sports is on deck, and gluten-free pizza. You may have heard of it a lot lately, with many Italian eateries serving it up. But what exactly is gluten, and why would someone not want it in their pizza or pasta? Our Jasmine Brooks will explain. Saturday was the night they had been waiting for. Graduation night. We were there as over 700 students received their diplomas. Ronnie, thanks so much. Here are your winning midday lottery numbers on this Monday, June 4th. Daily number 284, big 46790, quinto 47000, and treasure hunt 3, 16, 19, 20, 26.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, congratulations on your high school graduation to Christina Hetler. This wish comes from Mom, Dad, Kenny, Megan, and all of us here at SSP TV. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, the Clover Fire Company in Pottsville will be holding Heritage Day in the Valley on June 10th. The event will be from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with music, genealogy, history, food, and more. For more information, please give them a call, 570-544-3570. And finally, the Kevin Van Blargen Night at the Races will be held Saturday, June 9th at the Elks Club in Hazleton. Doors open at 6:30 and races start at 7. $5 at the door includes food and a great time. Cost of each horse is only $10. So for more information on this event, call 570-459-1676. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Lisa M. Forish of Tresco. Family and friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. from the Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home. Robert K. Scully of Drums. Funeral will be held Wednesday at 11 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 10 a.m. until 11 a.m. Margaret Peggy Stempert of Zion Grove. Services are under the direction of the Frank J. Bondin Funeral Home and are being held at the convenience of the family. Helen Mahalchik of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Damiano Funeral Home. And John E. Lupcho of Weston. Memorial will be announced. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's all-new low-price menu. And don't forget, there's always plenty of free gated parking behind the Markle Building.
Well, within the next month, a monument that now sits in front of Hazleton City Hall on the north side will be moved to the south side. With that move will also come a change. The monument will be updated to include those who served in the Persian Gulf and the War on Terrorism. This project will be funded through a fundraiser organized by Lieutenant John Leonard from the Hazleton City Police Department and manager of Frankie's Pizzeria, Lauren Vito. This basket is filled with 8 different coffee flavors from Heroes Brew Coffee and 2 coffee mugs. Lauren Vito explains.
The product that we're offering is Heroes Brew Coffee. It is a gourmet flavored coffee line with sweet taste, good flavor. All the names match the flavors as far as Almighty Amaretto Cream. The whole background goes towards our men and women fighting to serve our country every day, including firemen, police, EMS, and it could even be a soccer coach. Anybody that is your hero, that's the whole point of what our raffle is. But when I started with this fundraiser, I was looking to team up with someone in town because I wanted the funds to go back to what's going on here in town. And Officer Leonard came up with the idea for his memorial, and it all kind of pulls together and ties in.
Again, the proceeds will help establish a Persian Gulf memorial. Chances are now on sale at Frankie's Pizza in Hazleton or Hazleton City Hall. With school being out for the summer, kids in the area will need something to do to keep them active and learning, and we have just the place. The Greater Hazleton YMYWCA's Camp Discovery is in full swing, and it's a place where kids from kindergarten and up can go to have fun. Today was day 1 of a summer filled with new things to discover at this camp. When News 13 stopped by, we found the kiddos taking part in a kickball game where they were not able to use their hands. We talked with Robert Katansky, who runs the camp.
Our Camp Discovery program is a 12-week program throughout the summer whilst the kids are out of school. And it's offered Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it gives an opportunity for our young children from ages 5, kindergarten and above, an opportunity to participate in different games and activities that help enrich them both socially and physically. Each week is a different theme week. This week is Getting to Know You since it's our first day. Today they're playing some different large group activity games, small group activities that really encompass the values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility, what today's children really need to focus on the most.
Like Robert said, you can still sign your child up. Just stop by the Y, fill out some paperwork, and your child or children can enjoy all the fun at the Hazleton YMYWCA. Independence Day is exactly 1 month away, and in honor of the patriotic holiday, we want to show off our viewers' love for America. We need you to send us pictures of your children, pets, yourself, or maybe your home decor that shows your patriotism, or maybe even your American hero, a soldier in your family serving currently, or a veteran. All of the pictures will be featured on July 4th right here on News 13 between 4 and 5 o'clock. With your snapshot, please include a brief description to be used along with it on air. You can email pictures to me here at the station. The address is kristen@ssptv.com, or drop them in the mail to 109 West Broad Street in Hazleton with a self-addressed stamped envelope if you want your picture returned. Or you can just simply bring them to us in person anytime between 9 and 5. Help us say happy birthday to America and show off the great patriotism we have here in Greater Hazleton. Moving on to the weather tonight, I think it is safe to say June starting off on a bit of a soggy note. More bad news because more rain is on the way. Before we get to the forecast, tonight's creative condition is from John Vargas, a 3rd grade student from the Hazleton Elementary Middle School. John's showing us a nice sunny day with some clouds and a few birds flying around. And as we head to the forecast, let's see if we will be seeing any sun, hopefully. But for tonight, we do see some rain clouds and a low down to 47 degrees. On your Tuesday, it's going to be mostly cloudy, high up to 61, and it looks like the showers are going to be falling. It should be coming our way here in Greater Hazleton, and the rain will be falling in the afternoon here for our Tuesday. Your forecast today at 4, brought to you by Just Windows and much, much more, 636-1133. The pros in windows and doors since 1985. JustWindowsandMore.com is the website, or don't fret, you can always just stop by or call again, 636-1133. All right, stay with us tonight. More local news and information is heading your way next. It's a hot item turning up on restaurant and pizzeria menus everywhere. Gluten-free pizza is allowing those allergic to gluten to enjoy some of America's most popular foods. And one Hazleton restaurant isn't stopping at pizza.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks for staying with us tonight. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, it's a new trend that is making its way onto the menu of many pizzerias. Gluten-free pizza. The ingredients, or should I say lack thereof, allowing million more Americans to enjoy a pizza pie and say, hold the gluten. Our Jasmine Brooks takes a bite out of this delicious story.
By far, one of America's favorite cuisines is the pizza pie. This popular dish made its way into our inner cities by the early 1900s, and today, millions of pizzas are served every day. But one common ingredient in pizza is preventing an estimated 18 million Americans from enjoying it: gluten. Gluten is a protein composite found in foods processed from wheat and related grain species. It not only gives elasticity to dough, but gives the product a chewy texture. While many can sit down and enjoy a slice of pizza without a problem, what is the answer for those who are allergic to gluten or suffer from celiac disease? Frankie's Pizza in Hazleton has found that answer: gluten-free pizza. Manager Lauren Vito recently added the specialty pizza to the menu.
We have it for about 6 months now, and we got it because we have a lot of people who have asked if we would carry it because they enjoy pizza, but they are unable to have the gluten. And the gluten part that makes them sick is a protein that's found in wheat, barley, and rye. Each dough is on its own tray with its own cutter. We use a separate spatula for the sauce, separate gloves for the cheese, and from start to finish it doesn't leave this tray. So if you have a gluten allergy, you're not directly touching the stone, you're not touching a normal pizza cutter, you're not touching anything that would have gluten or wheat or flour any sort. And then it's packaged like this also, and then they get the tray and the cutter to take home as well.
Frankie's isn't the only pizzeria to jump on the gluten-free bandwagon. Many other popular restaurants are offering it too. As for Frankie's gluten-free pizza, it's doing pretty well.
It's about 40 a week we go through. It's a pretty big haul.
And because the gluten-free pizza was so popular here at Frankie's, they decided to add another item to the menu, gluten-free pasta. Delicious. 8 to 10 gluten-free pasta dishes are served up at Frankie's each week. But Vito says this dish can be tricky to serve.
Most people don't carry this because if you don't follow through from start to finish, it's a very, very touchy line. One little speck of flour can make someone's day totally upside down. It can actually turn someone very sick.
Diarrhea, indigestion, and abdominal pains are some common symptoms associated with a gluten allergy. But the list goes on. That's why customers at Frankie's are taking advantage of the gluten-free dishes, which in turn is inspiring the kitchen to expand the menu.
Our next step that we're actually looking to go is the route of maybe a ravioli and gluten-free pierogi. So we're kind of baby steps, but we're seeing as we go along the trend.
And a delicious trend at that. Reporting for News 13, Jasmine Brooks in downtown Hazleton.
All right, Friday night's weather may have delayed seniors from the Hazleton area high school from graduating, but Saturday night had perfect conditions for the ceremony. News 13 stopping by the high school where the class made up of 722 graduates listened to Principal Rocco Petrone, District Superintendent Dr. Francis Antonelli, and School Board member Rob Mahalik as they offered words of encouragement and wisdom to the class before they head out on some new adventures. The high school choir, along with the band, played a selection for the graduates and their families. Class salutatorian Kayla Garzio offered words of inspiration to her fellow classmates by quoting the famous movie, The Wizard of Oz. Valedictorian Haley Price gave a farewell and tribute to parents. She chose to quote Dr. Seuss. The class of 2012 will now head off in different directions. Some will choose to further their education, while others may choose to enter into the workforce or join the military. Whichever you choose, all of us here at News 13 wish the class of 2012 from Hazleton and all of the schools in our coverage area the best of luck. Another big event over the weekend for the Hazleton area, the 18th annual Relay for Life. And it's safe to say no weather was going to rain on this parade. News 13 stopping by City View Park Friday evening, where a little bit of rain didn't stop over 100 people from taking laps to find a cure for cancer. While bands and DJs provided the entertainment, fireworks, volleyball, and even a recovery race and team theme laps were happening all night into Saturday. This is a team event to fight cancer and bring awareness to and about cancer. We talked to Relay co-chair Chris Radke about the event and the amazing team spirit.
As you look around, there are hundreds of people here. Nothing can dampen the spirit of these wonderful relayers. This is the best relay in Northeast Pennsylvania. These people are out here in the pouring rain trying to secure their tents from blowing away, and they are having the time of their life. And that's what relay is all about. It's a time to have fun. These people gather together every year and make the ultimate sacrifice of their time because they have a love for this cause and they want to see an end to this horrible disease. We have registered 32 teams, and about 24 of them are here in these tents trying to bear the elements. We had some teams that their tents actually blew away. You know what? They're partnering with another team, and they're sharing the tents because they're not leaving here. They are a phenomenal bunch of people.
Every year, thousands of people are affected by cancer. The Relay for Life brings cancer patients and survivors together to support one another and raise awareness. Despite the rainy weather Friday, the Relay for Life in Hazleton was, as always, a success. We're told grief counselors were on hand at the Pottsville High School today to help friends of a 16-year-old cope with her death. The teen, 16-year-old Cassie Snyder, was one of 3 people killed Saturday when their car crashed through a billboard in Schuylkill County. The accident happened on Route 61, about a mile south of Mall Road in Blythe Township. 19-year-old Sean Centelege of Friedensburg was driving too fast for wet conditions on the road when he lost control around a curve, according to police. This is the car he was driving when that accident happened. The car left the road, struck a metal guardrail, went airborne, crashed through a billboard, and police say the car then remained in the air until it struck a tree and came to rest. 23-year-old Jason Engelman of Pottsville was also killed, along with Pottsville High School junior, as we said, Cassie Snyder, who is from Pottsville. Another 16-year-old passenger was hurt but is expected to recover from her injuries. Police say no one in the vehicle was wearing a seatbelt. We're told the driver and the 2 girls all work at Burger King and had just completed their shift and were on their way home. A 28-year-old Weston man also died Saturday morning when his pickup truck struck 2 trees and then rolled down an embankment near the Nuremberg bypass. John Lupchko was headed east when his 1997 Dodge Ram pickup truck went off the road, hit a tree, traveled about 18 feet before striking another tree, then rolled down an embankment, ending up on its roof. Lupchko was pronounced dead at the scene. News 13 has learned that this accident happened sometime overnight into Saturday, but it was not discovered until Saturday morning. As we told you live at 4, troopers and local police are on the hunt tonight for a man who absconded from a Hazleton halfway house. The man, who was finishing out his prison term at the downtown Hazleton facility, escaped out of an alarmed door early Sunday morning of MnSec. Troopers tell us 38-year-old Alfonso Quinones stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighs 220 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes, and has multiple tattoos. He is originally from Brooklyn, New York, but also has ties to Scranton. Quinones, who had been at MnSec since this past October, was found missing after an alarm on an emergency exit door was activated Sunday morning at 8:30. Troopers tell us Quinones was on pre-release assignment at MnSec after pleading guilty in 2009 to felony drug charges in Monroe County. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to contact troopers at 459-3890. Coming up on News 13, a 2-month-long investigation into a big burglary in Butler Township has come to an end. And wait till you hear who police say is responsible for the crime. And later, this summer bug that makes us itch is back with a vengeance. Find out how to protect yourself from the mosquitoes. Stay with us. Tens of thousands of dollars, including jewelry and a gun, were snatched in a Butler Township burglary that happened 2 months ago. And after an extensive investigation by police, the crime has been solved, and we now know who broke into the home on South Old Turnpike Road. The crime happened back at the end of March. The home's basement door was forced open. It didn't take long for police to track down some of the items that were stolen because they were sold to a business in Mountain Top. Police were then led to 19-year-old Kyle Hoffman of Ice Lake in Wapwallopin. He was arrested last week. Hoffman didn't act alone. Police say 3 juveniles also helped Hoffman, a 17-year-old male from Butler Township, a 17-year-old female also from Butler Township, and a 16-year-old male from Wapwallopin. An interesting part of this investigation is that state troopers actually arrested one of those juveniles the night of the break-in connection with another incident. Troopers recovered the stolen gun as a result of that arrest. A Keystone Job Corps student is in a jail cell tonight after assaulting several staff members of that facility. According to police, 19-year-old Daryl Johnson of Philadelphia caused a disturbance, and that's when at least 3 Job Corps workers were hurt in the melee. Johnson faces a long list of charges, including simple assault, terroristic threats, and underage drinking. Again, Johnson remains in the county lockup, unable to make his bail. Staying at the Job Corps, a 20-year-old man also from Philadelphia tried smuggling 2 ounces of marijuana into the school after weekend break. Butler Township Police tell us 20-year-old Darius Smart had the drugs and also had packaging material with him, so once inside, he could sell the drug to fellow students. Smart was slapped with a long list of charges and was taken to the prison, but we're told he is no longer an inmate there tonight. Two McAdoo men have been cited for disorderly conduct after making cat calls to a minor in the borough. 21-year-old Scott White and 23-year-old Rick Airbrae were passengers in a vehicle that was said to be driving past the minor as she walked down the street. The two were yelling inappropriate and sexual remarks to that child from the car. Coming up on News 13, we check in with Mother Nature to see what's in store for this work week. So far, it looks like a mixture of rain and sunshine. But first, Freddie B's in with sports and so much more. Stay with us. While some of us may have been thankful for the mild winter Mother Nature gave us, it looks like it may be coming back to bite us, literally. According to bug experts, the pesky biters population is set to surge this season. Experts believe this year could be the worst mosquito season they have seen in decades. Without enough freezing temperatures over the winter, mosquito eggs did not die, causing large amounts of breeding to take place earlier than usual. While there's no need to panic, you should be very cautious. Make sure to change any still water on your properties in places like bird baths, flower pots, and kiddie pools at least once a week. And the best way to protect yourself from becoming a snack is by wearing mosquito repellent during dusk and dawn. Finally tonight, this afternoon I should say, the forecast is wet and it is going to be for some time. We will also be seeing cooler temps for the week ahead as well. Before we head to tonight's forecast, we look at tonight's creative condition from John Vargas, a third grade student from Hazelton Elementary Middle School. John is showing us a very nice sunny day with some clouds and a few birds flying around. Now to your forecast to see if we will see any of that sun. Unfortunately for the rest of tonight, it's looking like clouds will prevail with rain coming our way and a low down to 47 degrees. Here's your 4-day outlook. Tuesday, chance of showers. It will be cloudy, high near 61. Clouds remaining for your Tuesday night will dip down to 46 degrees with showers a possibility. We see a slight chance of a thunderstorm and showers on Wednesday. Clouds remain, 63 will be our high. Wednesday night, look for a chance of showers, mostly cloudy, low down to 47. Thursday, sun is going to come back on out. 67 will be our high. Partly cloudy Thursday night, low down to 48, 69 Friday with mostly sunny skies ending off the work week. On a very nice note, low down to 51 on your Friday night. Your forecast tonight brought to you by the Lazy Dog Salon, Dog and Cat Grooming, North Broad Street, West Hazelton. Call 459-0310 to make an appointment for your furry friend. Also, don't forget about Valley High Drive and Route 93 West Hazelton, ice cream, food, and so much more. There's nothing or any place like the Valley High Drive-In, of course, this time of the year. Make sure you stop by today. That'll do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Monday. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight, or simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com. You'll find everything Greater Hazelton and beyond. It's all just a click away. On behalf of your News 13 team, be safe. We'll see you back here on Tuesday. Good night.